Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back. All right, so today is kind of a tech tip day, I guess, if you will. So, as you guys have seen, as far as on a couple of shorts and what have you, you've seen where I've been working on the tower. Um, still, still working on that part of it myself. But anyways, um, what led me to this was the differences in the types of bearings and stuff. So when I bought the tower, I bought it used, and it actually had a thrust bearing on it. Now, there's different types of bearings for different uses and what have you. Um, and for radio communications, it's no difference. But when you're on a tower, you have to think in terms of where the actual physical force is on a bearing. So now this one here, this is actually what somebody had up there. Like I said, I never did pay any attention to it when I bought it. Like I said, because it was inconsequential at that time. But now that I'm getting ready to put new a new set of antenna or a new set of beams up and what have you, um, now it becomes a relative issue. This bearing is designed and can take a lot of stress. It'll probably actually take more than what this one will. However, this bearing, because of its design, is not designed for the physical force to be pushed down on it as far as for the bearings. It's designed to be mounted like this, for the physical force to be applied in a downward or, you know, any other any other position. So that's where this is what its design is for extreme use, essentially for industrial or agricultural use. As far as that goes, um, the bearing's almost locked up. That's on this, and they had it on the hazer and they had it mounted in a vertical format. There was no covering that went over top of this or anything. So I mean, they didn't even try to keep the water out of the bearing itself. They just greased it and hoped for the best. Although it will handle a little bit of stress as far as what they call in play, as far as up and down, it's not really designed for that because the bearings are riding on part of the cage in an off format, so it's not really doing its job the way it needs to. So, there are different ones. And for example, like if we were to take this one apart, the bearings will actually ride on a physical plate on the inside in this format. There'll be a plate here with a groove in it, and then your bearings sit around that groove, and then you've got your other plate that sits down on top of it that gives you your vertical, for your vertical force. So that's what the design is for this, is for a vertical thrust bearing. Um, it's also got a specialized housing that's designed. One of the nice things about it is the fact that for what we're using it for, you've got four different points here where you can go ahead and center your mast in this and tighten it up, and then this will take the physical weight off of the rotor itself, um, for a longer lasting rotor. So if you've got something really heavy that you're putting up there or multiple antennas, this is more like what you're going to go with. And these come in multiple different ratings. I think the lowest I think is like 500 pounds up to 3,000 pounds or something like that. I've seen some of these that are really huge, but for our purposes, we're going to be using this. I just wanted to let you guys know that, if you're trying to get by cheap, because you can buy one of these for like $50 versus like, 100, um, you can kind of use this, but it's really not recommended. Again, like I said, you've got your downforce here, and it's not really meant for, this kind of an operation. It is meant for a horizontal, for a horizontal type use. So, bear in mind whenever you're trying to cut corners on different things, um, the differences in the types of bearings, why some of them cost us a little bit more. Um, you can buy an agricultural version of a thrust bearing, but it's not going to have the right kind of mounting properties for a typical pole. So bear that in mind whenever you're looking at different bearings and trying to trim costs. But this is not the way to do it. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there, let you guys take a look at them, see some of the differences. Um, most of them, as far as on your thrust bearings, do have a nominal bolt pattern as well, so that's also kind of nice. So if you've got something that's pre-drilled or pre-manufactured, more than likely this is what it's gonna have as far as like your standard standard drill format. So keep that in mind too. You're gonna try to retrofit to save $12 when this locks up in 6 months to a year up in the air. Uh, well, you're gonna have to either climb up there and replace it, or take everything down so that you can replace this. So keep that in mind. Um, not the best design for what we're doing. You're gonna want to use an actual vertical thrust bearing. So, all right, guys. Like I said, just wanted to do a quickie and bring you guys up to speed. I'll take some more videos here a little later on. We're getting close to getting the antenna on the tower here very soon, and when we go to take it up the tower, we'll definitely do a quick video on that and show you guys. But anyways, have a great day, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you, and have a great day. Don't forget to check us out on our Patreon. We'd love to have you over there as well.